Hello everyone, I'm Drew Goldfarb, joined by Rick Rockwell. Today we're breaking down the most American event that America ever America'd in American history, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Competition. Let's start with the favorites for this year's event. Joey Chestnut has lost the men's contest only once since 2007. Miki Sudo has won the women's competition every year since 2014. They are each heavily favored to win again this year against the field. Rick, any reason to think this year might see an underdog win?
You know, this year, no. There's no reason to see an underdog win. I don't see any reason for it. The men's side will have a little bit of tougher competition than the women's side. Since the Black Widow, Sonia Thomas, has been out, other than Michelle Lesko, there really hasn't been anybody that's even come close to Sudo. But for the men's side, and first of all, Sudo hasn't lost since she came into the competition. Chestnut has lost since he started his reign of winning, the reign of Jaws. He lost in 2015 to Stoney. Stoney's still in it, but last year Stoney finished, I think it was 4th or 5th, and Sincotti finished 2nd, and he'll be in it again also. And he had 62 hot dogs, I think it was last year. Point is, though, even over the last 3 years since Chestnut lost, he's been beating his opponents by double-digit hot dogs each year. He's just lifted his game to a whole nother level when it comes to this competition. And when my article comes out, you'll see, I said it, they're going to rename it to Joey's Hot Dog Eating Contest, because he has become the Babe Ruth of hot dog eating contests. Like, he is the best. I don't know if he's the best all time. We'll save that debate for another day, but he is the best going. And there's no reason to see either of them losing. The odds don't offer any value. If you were really pressing me to see if which one to take a flyer on in terms of an underdog winning, I would say men more than women. But even with that said, if you're going to do something crazy like that, you might as well just go try and eat 10 hot dogs in 10 minutes, because that's less crazy than betting on an upset win.
And you'd get to eat 10 hot dogs out of it. I mean, that's not a bad deal.
No.
Chestnut owns the world record for most hot dogs eaten in this competition, downing 74 in 2018. The over-under for hot dogs consumed by this year's winner set at 73.5, with a minus 150 payout on the over, plus 110 payout on the under. Joey Chestnut has broken his own record in 3 straight years. Can he at least match 74 again this year?
You know, I don't think he's going to match it. When you look over his career going all the way back to 2005, and by the way, I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to save it for my debate later with one of my esteemed colleagues. He lost to Sonia Thomas, to a girl, in his first competition back in 2005. Okay? So when you go from 2005 into last year, you'll see as he ascends for a couple years, there are years where he just drops off and he comes back down like significantly. So he'll go up to like 69 hot dogs, and then the next year he'll have 61 and then 60, and that's when he lost in 2015. He only had 60 when 2 years prior he had 69. Then he comes back in 2016 with 70, and then he continues to break at 72.5 or whatever it was a couple years ago, and now 74. I don't see him breaking it this year. I don't think he's going to hit the over. I'm actually leaning towards the under. I think the under is the smart play here. I think it offers more value also because he has only surpassed 70 on 3 occasions. Okay, he's been doing this since 2005 in this competition. And yes, he's doubled his hot dogs eaten since his 2005 debut when he only had 32. And he lost to Sonia Thomas, who, by the way, came in 2nd. I just like to keep pointing that out. With that said, I don't see him breaking it again this year. I don't even think he's going to tie his record. I think we're going to have one of those years where Chestnut comes down a little bit. But his competition, because they're still going to be like 10 hot dogs away, it might not push him to get that world record like, say, maybe it would a couple years ago when he came back and he wanted to win because he just lost and it broke his streak of winning the competition. I don't see him matching it. I think he's still going to win by 10. I think he's going to blow out the competition. I think he might get up to 73, but I feel like he's ascended every year now these last for 3 straight years. And I think we're just going to have a little bit of a dip. I was predicting right around 70. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 73. I don't see him hitting the over, and I don't see him tying, and I definitely don't see him breaking a world record.
For the women, the over-under is set to 38.5, paying it even money on the over, minus 140 on the under. Sudo has averaged 37.7 hot dogs per competition during her reign as women's champion. Which side of the over-under does the smart money go to for the women?
Same thing. You go with the under. She's only broken 38.5 on one occasion. And there's only been 2 other times that someone's even gone over 38.5. And Sonia Thomas was the one who set the record with 45. So you look at this, I feel like they kind of overvalue. If they would have put it at 38, I think that would have drawn better odds or better reception towards this prop bet. But because it's 38.5 and she's only done it one time and that she's far and away better than her competition. Okay, she hasn't even come close to losing where Chestnut has actually lost. Sudo came in and she dethroned the champ Thomas and beat her convincingly and has continued to dominate the women's competition. I just don't see her breaking it this year. I don't even see why we would think that. She's only done it one time in her 5 years. And because of that, I would say she comes right in around 38 again for like the 3rd time in her career, because that's usually right around where she's at, 38 hot dogs. And her competition at most will probably have like 32. So she'll still have 33 maybe if they get lucky, Lee or Lesko. So she'll still have that room, and at the end it's just going to be her versus whatever personal best she's trying to go for. I don't see it happening. I think the smart money for both of them is on the under.
You can find more from Rick Rockwell, including more on the Nathan's hot dog eating competition, online at gamblingsites.org. Let us know who you think wins this year's hot dog eating competition in the comments below. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Odds On Favorites YouTube channel.
I need a mustard belt. Somebody send me a mustard belt.
I'd take a ketchup belt. I prefer ketchup to mustard, but that's just me. Let us know which topping you like on your hot dog as well down in the comments below. I am a ketchup, a little bit of mustard, and maybe some onions kind of guy.
All ketchup for me, baby. 100%, nothing else.
Chicago would not like either of us for doing that, but New York born, New York raised, ketchup goes on a hot dog. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Odds On Favorites YouTube channel. I'm Drew Goldfarb. He's Rick Rockwell. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the hot dog eating competition. Happy 4th of July, and we'll see you next time.